I believe we are live. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Zach F1 channel. I hope you're all doing well this, Sunday morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And let's discuss everything before the race that we need to discuss for F1 Fantasy. So I think there's the main talking point we need to talk about is if we're going to be using Final Fix or not. We'll have a look at how good everyone's teams have been doing. And yeah, we'll just go from there. And we've got to keep an eye on the rain. That's the other main thing, which as you can see, I have been keeping an eye on. Just making sure I can do a quick before I get up the chat. Obviously, I'm waiting for the F1 coverage to start so I can actually fully see what it looks like there. However, on BBC Weather, for starting the race, which would be at 2 o'clock on today, you can see there's a lot of rain around. There is a lot of rain. Now it is going east with the wind, and it's not really understandable. You can't really see much because it's such a long distance forecast, but you can see there's definitely going to be rain coming over onto the track. When? Could be the start of the race, could be halfway through, but definitely going to be a little bit of rain, I think, for the race. But yeah, anyway, let me get up the chat so I can see what's going on. If it would load, where is it? There I am. Perfect. Right, let me mute myself so I can't hear myself. Hello, everyone. How's it all doing? Right, let me sing. Yeah, so, Biblical, How are you seeing that in a minute? Because I'm just waiting for the coverage to come up. Obviously, I can say it does say, I'm pretty sure here, yeah, light rain showers and light winds. But the amount of times I see on the weather where it's like, oh yeah, it's raining. You look outside, zero rain at all. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna wait for the coverage to. Oh, here we go. Obviously, I can't play the coverage, and it's gonna show loads of videos first, so that's fine. We'll let it do what it does. But yeah, the main thing is the final fix. Now, I know a lot of people on Twitter, if I can find the messages. I know Ewan's good with this. Let me get up Ewan's stuff, because he was talking about where did he go? He was talking about oh, hello, Jacques Villeneuve. Yeah, here we go. This is what I reposted, which Ewan was talking about, where their scale on F1 Fantasies is talking about Russell 17.4 points and Leclerc 14.5 points. And he is 100% right, where if it's anything like that, then it's not worth using it. And I can see right now on the screen to my right, it's not raining there. It's clear. Well, it's not clear skies. What? It doesn't look bad. And I've got two minds when I'm thinking about all of this stuff, which basically is, yes, if it was raining, it'd be a decent chance to final fix, or potentially, there's two options, obviously, of course, because some people are saying, oh, if you final fixed during the rain, that's actually worse, because with all of the drama, Ferrari could get up more. But I'm definitely more on the bench of, if it starts raining and Russell doesn't make a mistake, Verstappen doesn't make a mistake, all of the front runners don't make a mistake, Ferrari won't be getting into it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I've been pretty much settled all day that I'm not going to be final fixing. Let me ask actually everyone in the chat, how many people we got? Yeah, we got a nice little bunch. So I'll ask a poll, is anyone going to final fix? Yes or no? Because yeah, I agree, Biblical. I don't think I'm going to be using it, especially with what it looks like right now. And I mean, even in quali, Ferrari screwed up their qualifying, so they should have better race pace. We've seen Hamilton down in 7th. Yeah, he didn't get he didn't get the lap time good, but there's plenty of cars that are still rival on pace with the Mercedes. And will their race pace hold up? A lot of us didn't think so. So I'm very excited to see. I'm just going to eat the drop in points and keep my team with Leclerc. Yeah, and also it really is one of those things where you've just got to like stick to your guns now, because that's the other good thing that I need to talk about in this. So obviously, a lot of us are actually still on similar points to anyone who went the Mercedes way, because a lot of I was talking about it as well, and exactly what I thought would happen happened, where most people will have got rid of McLaren for Mercedes to get that budget increase, and actually McLaren and Mercedes are basically equal on points, so there was no difference there. Yet, so like what Tyler's done is a very good choice, where you've gone for Norris, Piastri, McLaren, Mercedes. Of course, I think you should be a little bit worried about the race pace, especially with it not being raining at all. I don't think it's terrible. Like, let's get real. You will still have Russell, if he makes no mistakes, he will still get around 4th, 5th minimum. I don't think he'll drop any lower than that. However, yeah, getting driver of the day and the race win and all of these stuff that we need to make it worth final fixing to him, I don't think so. But by Tyler, that is just an insane team though. Well done for that. I'm guessing, did you 2 times Norris? Because yeah, you're sitting pretty no matter what. I could final fix 2 times to Leclerc to Russell, but I don't think it's worth it. With the third team I have Leclerc under Russell, I think Piastri is a better option for Leclerc. Had to change to McLaren and Ferrari for budget. Yeah, fair enough, of course. That makes sense, and I think I agree. I think we're all sort of on the same wavelength, where we're just going to stick with our guns and not reuse final fix from the looks of things. Yeah, and FBL veteran coming in 71 points, man. Yeah, doing good today. I'm really excited. Non-F1 fantasy wise, even F1 fantasy wise, but I'm just really excited for the race, because obviously we've got such a mixed up order. You know, last season where did Hulkenberg? I'm pretty sure, didn't Hulkenberg qualify like 3rd? But then obviously he had a penalty, like a free place grid penalty or something. And I remember he didn't really get eaten up, but he was slowing down all of these cars trying to get past them. And I remember, yes, there was a lot of trains, but that the Hasses being in the middle, I remember was pretty interesting. But yeah, the gamble really did pay off. I think the main thing for you, veteran, is Mercedes and McLaren was the go-to, man. You've got that spot on. And that's what I was saying yesterday, wasn't it? Where I was like, it's not the best budget-wise, because obviously you're still keeping McLaren, but points-wise, it really did pay off. Yeah, 100%. Race might be completely different. However, I still think anyone with Mercedes assets, if they're Russell or even just Mercedes, you shouldn't be too scared, because there's no chance either of them drop anywhere below the top 10. And with the qualifyings they've done, even if Ferrari come back, you can go, okay, I did the risk and I still came out with similar points, so it doesn't even matter. Weather forecast is rain. So yeah, so at the minute I've got the F1 up right on my screen. Obviously I can't show it. It's pretty much clear skies. It's not, there's clouds, but there's no rain at the minute. Obviously I've been looking as well at the weather, especially on the BBC. It's not the best because it's the long forecast one. Oh, Russell driver of the day. Nah, you're crazy, man. If you don't think that Verstappen and Russell are going to collide, that's what everyone's saying, isn't it? Having Russell and Verstappen first and second, it's instant crash out. Piastri has a good start, goes into first place, and my boy gets his first win. But in all seriousness, yeah, so if we come have a look. So the circuit, I'll try to show with my the mouse. The circuit's like around here. And as you can see, this is the start of the race. This is when the race will start. So there's been a lot of rain coming in. The wind's going east. I really am like a weatherman these days. It's crazy. And you can see a lot of clouds coming through. Now, sadly, it doesn't really show us what happens in the race. But you can see all of these clouds have gone through. So I really do think that it could start off with no rain. But then half an hour into the race, we're starting to see the rain, and then we could get some real a real big fall of rain. And then that could spice things up quite a bit. But yeah, for now, a bit murky. You can see, if anyone's watching the stream as well, the actual F1 stream, it's really hard because yeah, we've still got an hour and 20 minutes to the race, so who knows what it's going to be. It could start pouring down with rain. Yeah, exactly. Fun fact, I actually wanted to be a meteorologist back when I was like 11 years old, and then I realised that I wasn't actually that interested in clouds. But Tim, to be fair, Hamilton wise, let me get up this screen because it's better for showing people when they're on it. Hamilton wise, I still think that's a decent option because Hamilton looked more. Yes, Russell got the final qualifying lap done, but Hamilton wasn't off the pace at all. And I do think with Ricciardo in front of him, who else is it? Yeah, Ricciardo and Alonso, he should eat up. But then he's got to do a real good job of keeping those Ferraris at bay. It could be crazy to say, but Caribou, stop trying that, yeah? I'm literally watching the stream. There's no rain, unless I'm going crazy. Perez, I don't think he's going to be an issue. He's too far back right now. So I think it's the Ferraris he's got to keep an eye on. But then Russell dropping down, Ricciardo dropping down. My prediction really is Leclerc 6th, 5th, Sainz just behind him, and all of the drivers like Ricciardo, Alonso, Tsunoda pushing back down, and then Mercedes getting eaten up by McLaren and Red Bull. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think even though he didn't get the points, he can still deliver in the race. I can see definitely it's not raining at the minute. It's dark. There's definitely clouds brewing, but still no rain for now. Yeah, exactly. This is all it's going to be, basically. Just double checking the weather every now and then. Can I final fix Red Bull to McLaren? If I can, should I? Oh, actually, I don't know why I'm thinking about that. Sorry, you can't final fix, yeah. You can't final fix constructors, only drivers. Maybe I'll stick with Leclerc times 2. If he moves up, that's a ton of points. Yeah, so let's do a little calculation, yeah. I was going to get a calculator up, but I'll just do it by hand. So, let's say... I'll do it on my phone, actually. Let's say Russell, he's got the win. He's got the 10 points. He's got the qualifying points. He's got the 10 points. But let's say he loses all the way down to 5th. So, what would that be? How many points is that? 10 points? Yeah. So, then he gets an extra 10 points, but he loses... positions lost 4, so he'd be on around 16 points, which isn't terrible, but nothing to final fix for. Leclerc, on the other hand, let's say he comes 6th. That would be in 5 overtakes plus 5 positions gained, and he'd probably end off around 10 points. However, the only other thing we haven't talked about is Leclerc's in a good position to get that fastest lap. So obviously if Ferrari have bad pace in the race, it'd be disappointing, but I'd be very surprised because we saw Ferrari were just missed out on Q2. You don't get any of his points. That's the issue, and I could see Leclerc getting more points than Russell in the race. So if you final fix and got their points, it'd be so easy because then it'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? It's not that much of a risk, but look, I'm looking back at the weather again. It's still, they're on the grid. You've got Brundle, Donna Kirkpatrick, Villeneuve. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's raining at all. In England. Yeah, in England, Tyler. Across the pond to Canada, at least. You keep the qualifying points when you final fix. Oh, right, yeah, I've talked about that. Will be more of a thing for Sainz if he is behind Leclerc. Yes, true. So it could actually work in our favour if Leclerc gets behind Sainz, because I really do think it's going to be Ferrari are in the Mercedes position this weekend, where you've got, like, let's say you've got Ricciardo in 8th. he's going to have like a 20-30 second gap to the Sainz and the Leclercs, where they could both potentially go and pit for fastest lap. And then whoever gets it, gets it. And let's say Leclerc gets fastest lap, then you are sitting pretty and nothing else has mattered anymore. Because that's just as good as getting driver of the day. Should I final fix Leclerc out? So I'm pretty sure most of us... oh, my bad. Yeah, that makes more sense. Here you are. So I have dropped a little bit, but I'm expecting to go back to where I was. So 187th in the world. I'm expecting to increase that a little bit because qualifying was a bit wank, but... should be fine after all. But yeah, Zaid, I'm pretty sure most of us have agreed that final fix probably isn't the option because of a few things. So you don't get Russell's points, and a lot of us agree that FPL veteran would disagree that Russell wouldn't get the driver of the day, and in best case scenario he's probably dropping down to like 3rd or 4th, and then in that situation then Leclerc going from 11th to 6th, 7th will still get you more points in the race at least. Yeah, I know. I've just got to be careful that I don't slowly start going down now, Tyler, because I've had the last 2 race weekends have just been average for me. Like I got to a high point of like 129th, and then I've just been slowly going. Oh shit! I've slowly been going like 140 odd and then 160 odd. So I've got to make sure I stay in that area though. But yeah, overall I can't complain. It's been an amazing season so far. And if Perez won't be in the points, Red Bull put pit lane to steal fastest laps and nobody else will get it. That is true, but I don't think Red Bull are going to think that way because if Perez is out of the points, will they think about that? I really don't know, because a lot of people, because I know Sauber didn't do it last weekend, and I was like, oh, please do it, Sauber, just pit someone, just because, see if you can go for the fastest lap, but it's not out of the picture that could happen, but I just think Perez is just going to be stuck in traffic all this race, because I really think... you're going to have Alonso, Stroll, Ricciardo, Tsunoda battling it out. And then you're going to have... Do you remember last season's Albon train? I think you're going to have something very similar with Albon, Sargent, Magnussen, Gasly. And I think it's going to make Perez's life very annoying. Looking forward to Hammer time from Hamilton. To be fair, yeah. He's starting... Where is he starting? He's 7th, isn't he? 10th, 9th. Yeah, he's starting 7th. And could he get top 5? I don't think so, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, sorry, I just completely went my blank there. So thoughts on final fixing Leclerc to Russell? I'm leaning away from it. I think the race is going to be a mess. A few DNFs incoming. Yeah, so it's pretty much certain that there's going to be rain at one point in the race. When it's going to be, no one knows. Because like we were talking about with the weather, there's rain about, but will it actually go onto the circuit? Because here's the circuit. The rain's all going to be around here. So I don't think it will be, but it could be interesting to see. Especially at the start. I think most people will start normal tyres, but will some people go on hards? I think the strategy is going to be very interesting because you're going to get a lot of people in the midfield going hards. Maybe some people going softs thinking the rain's coming very soon though, so let's get some fast laps in and then get in the rain. Very much is all going to be around when the rain comes down. But yeah, no problem, Tyler. See you in a bit. This is probably going to be a very short stream from me because I just wanted to get through like what I wanted to say and just have keep an eye on for the first bit of what the rain would be. But yes, I'll probably shoot off in about 20-30 minutes. But why do you think Russell won't get driver of the day? I feel he would. It's mainly just because Mercedes race pace. We've been talking about that a lot. But it's more because I really don't see Russell winning. He doesn't... I don't think he's got the minerals for it. Especially with Verstappen behind him. Verstappen is amazing. I think this has got a Verstappen win all over it. Verstappen probably will win. And then both McLarens fighting him, especially with Mercedes not having Hamilton there. I think McLaren will have the options to like alternate on strategies, and then one of them could potentially get ahead of Russell, which I think is what's going to happen. So I think Russell's going to end up 3rd or 4th, which would not get him driver of the day. But yeah, it generally just it depends on how much you respect him as a driver. I do think Russell's great, but I don't think he'll be able to survive. Yeah, I really don't think unless there's a crash with him involved, that he will drop anywhere below top 5 though, 100%. Isaac, really looking forward to this one. I know it's not sprint time, but I played no negative in my local. Oh, okay. Luke, you gotta hope that the rain starts coming down. There's no rain at the minute, but if rain comes down, especially at Canada, it's got a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Well, greatness for you, because 100% you want as many no negatives as possible. Make the most out of it. Yeah, and 100%. I think this has got Norris driver of the day written all over it, which is why I'm quite excited about fastest lap, because I really do think it's in Ferrari's hands to not cock up the fastest lap, because they're in Mercedes positions, which Mercedes have been getting fastest lap all season because of where Ferrari will be this weekend. And yeah, that's the thing. It ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. Now, Mercedes, they look very good. Now, I wish I dropped Ferrari for Mercedes, but realistically, that was never really an option I was going to do, because I'd always would have gone for the budget, because I would think I really wanted that 1 million increase, which Mercedes will get, probably. But now, because Ferrari aren't doing anything as well, it's not too much of an increase that will change too much. I agree he won't win, but a good chance of that. I hope he doesn't. Yeah, if he comes second, he'll get driver of the day. Lewis, Lando, Leclerc, Piastri, not Russell. Whoa, okay. Yeah, 100%. Go on, let's do it. Who do we want in the? Well, actually, okay. So, who will? Actually, no. I'll put will. Yeah, go on. Let's see how many. Who will win driver of the day? Right, you got Sir Russell. I'm not going to put Verstappen in because Verstappen never wins it. Piastri. Actually, yeah, you know what? I may as well. Charles Leclerc. Right, there's going to be a lot of... Oh, well, you know what? Russell, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc. Let me do a different poll. Because I can't fit all the names in. I'll just do the easier one. Will Russell win driver of the day? Yes or no? Easy peasy. And we can do this with every driver we want. But is he going to do it? I wish I could vote on my polls as well. But my vote would be for no. I have Alonso. Hopefully he'll not get dropped a lot. So yeah, ATL. You got to make sure that, you got to be careful on that, because I think it could happen. You got the charging Red Bulls. You got Hamilton behind him. I also think, actually no, he should be ahead of. He should at least get Ricciardo at least. So that's only a net drop of 2 positions, which isn't too bad. Oh, 79%. Okay. So we're all pretty strong on thinking he's not going to be doing it. I mean, I'll let it ride for a little bit, and then I'll ask a few other names, and we'll see what everyone thinks is going to win. I will change in my challenge team Leclerc to Piastri with final fix, because I predict Ferrari to fuck it up with the rain and Piastri to win the race. Yeah, so I don't know if Michael's actually in the chat at the minute, but I was talking to him on Twitter, and because I was saying if there's rain, I might final fix, because it seems like a good option with all the chaos. I think there'll be less overtakes, and he was like, but I think the opposite. And I was like, well, yeah. It is true where there's going to be no in-between. If there is rain from the start to finish, either Ferrari aren't finishing the race, and they're or at least below 12th place, or they're winning the race because everyone crashes out. But yeah, no. Sorry, I'll get to you in a second, because I really do want to talk about Sargent's performance. What's up, Zach? Tough luck with Ferrari. I know. It's a shame, but swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I wouldn't be too upset though if it rains. It looks strong in intermediates and there's far enough back. They might be the team to get the fastest lap. Yeah, that's what I've been bringing up quite a bit, Milky. And the other thing we've been bringing up is so fastest lap for Ferrari, good option. And the other thing was obviously because we were talking a lot about final fix being a sort of option you could use, and I think we've basically all agreed that because Russell's most likely not going to keep that first place, maximum points he gets is 18 points. I would say 8 points for... maximum points he can get is around 20 to 25 points in the race. Leclerc, however, he'd probably get around 15 to 20, maybe 20 to 25 points. So the gap isn't enough there to change over because obviously you don't get the qualifying points for qualifying. And then Sargent, I was really impressed with him. I think he's doing a decent job. Of course, it's unlucky for him if Sainz goes to Williams because hey, no one could compete against Sainz. I mean, genuinely, I think if half the grid was in that Williams seat and they were having to go up against Sainz, they would get dropped as well. But I'm really happy that he actually had a good qualifying for once. I know. I'm hoping to see some good things in him in the race. He's one of those drivers I just like because he seems likable. And also because I just have like this massive thing of always having him in my F1 fantasy team. Just because he's so dirt cheap. But okay, so I'm pretty sure we all basically agree that Russell's probably not going to get driver of the day. I'll ask another driver in a second. But why did Ferrari fall out in quali? It basically was because they risked it not using an extra set of soft tyres. So Verstappen was doing it as well. And Verstappen changed over correctly. And Ferrari just didn't. They thought they had it. And that's why I think, though, their race pace will be immaculate. And that's why a lot of overtakes will happen. Because it was just a Ferrari masterclass like we're used to seeing a few years back. So we haven't actually seen what Ferrari can do yet. Which is why also everyone's quite excited to see what could happen. I just locked... oh, my bad. Hang on, let me put on the next poll. And then I'll talk about the thing. So who's the next driver? Will Norris win driver of the day? Yes or no? This one I think is going to get a few more. I would say he's my favourite to get it. But Piastri's a close second. I just looked at the local radar for the island. It will be rain with maybe some at the start. With maybe sun at the start. Yeah. So 100% there's going to be rain in the race. No doubt about it. I mean, I'm looking at the clouds right now. They're showing Leclerc obviously going around. I don't know what he's talking about because I've got it on mute. There's gonna be rain. When it happens, very important because that screws with the strategy. That's why it's scary to final fix, because if Russell screws it up and Leclerc does well, they could be right next to each other, and then all of a sudden Leclerc's right back in. We should take 2 times on Piastri instead of Leclerc. Yeah, I literally had it on Piastri as well, but I think also it's in that situation where if Piastri doesn't get driver of the day, then Leclerc would have been the better option, because I'm going to put the next poll up as well, because after this one, asking, will one of the Ferrari drivers win fastest lap? Because I think they're going to get fastest lap. And if Leclerc gets it, nothing matters anymore. If rains, Charles P3, driver of the day, fastest lap, oh my God. Luke, if that happened, I genuinely... I wouldn't be able to believe it, because that's 20 points plus all of those overtake points for 8 overtake points, 8 position gained points, so that's 16, that's 36 points plus actually just 41 points. He would end up with 82 points on a ×2. Hey, we can hope for it, can't we? That's what I'm going to be praying for anyway. Got Hamilton 2 times worth of final fix in your opinion? I don't think so. Because I also think Hamilton's one of the drivers that will get his race will be okay. He'll probably get up to like P5. He'll overtake Ricciardo and he'll overtake Alonso, but I think that's all he will do. It's then all about, will he get overtaken by the Ferraris? It will be tight, I think. Wow, 50-50 on will Norris win. Okay. So right, I'll ask the next driver of the day vote. Pardon me. In a second. Let's ask this one, though. Will Ferrari... So when I say Will Ferrari, I just mean one of the two drivers. Because I want your guys' opinions on this as well. Because I'm very firm on... I really think they're going to get fastest lap. They're going to be in such a Mercedes position. I'm very much all for it. But Perez fastest lap, yeah, that's the only other guy it could be veteran, realistically. Because he could be right behind them as well. I'm just hoping that Albon does what he does last year and has a train. Because obviously, as we know, Albon's starting 10th. I've got to really hope Leclerc signs dispatch of him. And then Albon and Sargent like double team with Sargent playing the team game. And keeping all of those drivers behind, giving Albon a chance to just try a scrape into the top 10, even though he won't be in the top 10 at that point. But yeah, Sargent for podium or driver of the day. Yeah, I mean, Sargent's the GOAT, man. Honestly, everyone needs. That's why you need him in your team, because we're not talking about that enough. But it's basically 99. Oh my god, they just showed the screen raining, but it was an old photo of Hamilton coming through. Wait, is it raining? Oh, no, it's really hard to tell. The pit lane, I don't know. It's not raining. It's just it has rained recently because the pit lane's still quite wet. But yeah, no, Sargent podium confirmed. So anyone who doesn't have Sargent, sorry, but it's not going to be your weekend. Problem is, it's predicted to be thunderstorms, which means FIA will just red flag it. I really hope they don't. I mean, hang on, wait, I'll get back to that. Ran a 5k in the morning. Some guy wore Mercedes F1 shorts and I blew him. I can see the same with Russell. Yeah, I mean, look, we all know what Mercedes race pace is like. When you're wearing the shorts as well, and just in the race. But yeah, I want it to be wet weather conditions. I want it to start in... I want it to start dry. 10-20 laps, start drizzling. Everyone's like, do we go on to intermediates? Oh my god, wait, it's going down a bit more harder. Do we go on to wets? I want that to happen, because then you're going to get drivers starting on the hards thinking, let's go long, wait for the rain. You're going to get drivers starting on the soft thinking, let's go on soft, hope the rain comes quickly, and we go quick. It's going to be very exciting. But yeah, 62% agree that Ferrari probably most likely get driver of the day. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. And then it matters to me. I already dumped Leclerc for Russell. Whoa, yeah, very impulsive. I'd say, I mean, hey, Russell will still be fine. It's not a bad shout. I just think the reason we're not final fixing him is because I think in the race they'll score very similar points. Should you final fix out Hamilton if you have? I would say no, Christopher. Is Ferrari playing the car to favour? Is Ferrari? Hamilton was looking good. Sorry, first cut. Wait, I'm confused. I'm thinking Mercedes gets it. They have the last two. Yeah, that's the thing is though. The reason they got it though, is because they had that gap to Tsunoda where they could just do a easy pit stop at the end of the race, and that's why they got it. When normally before that point, the McLarens or Ferrari would have had it, or even Verstappen, and then someone get it. Do constructors benefit from fastest lap? Yes, they do. Constructors keep the... Driver of the day does not go into play for constructors. Fastest lap does. So if Leclerc got fastest lap, it would really help us who kept with Ferrari constructors and had him as a 2 times. Hey, Zach, it's going to rain at least at some point in the race? 100%. So much for Ocon starting P20. Wait, is he not? I didn't even check. I just assumed because didn't he qualify like 18th? What am I trying to find? Here we go. This is what I'm trying to find. Let's look at the starting grid. Is it going to show me the starting grid? Here we go. Yeah, hang on. Where did he qualify? Sorry, my bad. I could have sworn he didn't. Okay, so did they just not give him the penalty in the end? Huh. Maybe it's a mistake. But oh well. I mean, he's still qualified 18th, so there's still work for him to be done. I want a 2011 GP. Oh mate, I would love it so much if that happened. The only thing, yeah, no, that's all right. The only thing I wouldn't like is that race was like 4 hours long. I remember because I watched it when I was a kid, so I had to go to sleep early, so I had to watch it in the morning. Obviously, it doesn't matter now, but yeah, I watched the first 2 hours, and I had to go to sleep, and I was like, oh, it doesn't even matter. Buttons at the back, so I don't even care that much. And then my parents were like, yeah, you definitely want to watch that. And I was like, all right. I did, and of course he bloody won it. Yeah, that's right. Let me go back to your comment then. So, is Mercedes playing the car to favour Russell? Oh, I see. No, basically, no. Hamilton just screwed up his lap. It was all on him. He just didn't get it right. That's why, though, over a long time, like a race pace, I think he does have better race pace than Russell. Hey, Michael, good to see you, man. I was just saying how we were talking about the final fix. I think we've all agreed that the final fix probably not worth it, no matter what happens now. But I was talking about how we had both like such opposite things where like Leclerc could get podium, or he's just going to be crashing out with Ferrari just doing a masterclass. Leclerc is probably not going to gain much points from overtakes. I think P5 is ambitious. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't think P6, P7 is ambitious, because you're still behind the Mercedes. Because basically I would be happy for it to happen, but if he's just behind both Mercedes boys, both McLaren boys, and Verstappen, then he'll do completely fine. He'll get similar points to Russell. Sauber's in the pit lane. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Does anyone know what happened to Sauber? Just changing parts, I guess. Typical Sauber. I can't believe how bad Sauber are doing. I really thought they'd be showing a bit more. Obviously, Audi coming in, not for ages, I know, but I thought this would be the season where they start to pick up a little bit more pace. It's still weird to me that Driver of the Day doesn't go to Constructors, but Fastest Lap does. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's sort of like they know it's a gimmicky point system, the Driver of the Day. So, because they're like, oh, hang on, we can't really give that to the teams. And I do get it as well, because it's Driver of the Day, not Constructor of the Day. However, Constructor of the Day. Well, we all know what I think about Driver of the Day points. I think they stink. 10 points is ridiculous. But, you know, I always complain about that. It said on another website he starts last. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Final fix, Leclerc to Russell, Piastri can't get to Norris. Racing, I'd say... Oh, sorry, did I answer it before I read it? But if I didn't answer it before, yeah, purely because they're probably going to score equal points in the race, because I expect Russell to drop down a little bit and Leclerc to get overtake points up to like 6th or 7th, and they'll end up with equal points, obviously, because you don't get the final fix qualifying points. No negative worth it. So... It's going to rain, so it's not the worst shout, but I still stand very firm that no matter what the conditions are, a sprint race weekend format will always be the better option. I think Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Piastri, Hamilton. Yeah, racing, I've got a very similar prediction. I think it will be Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Russell, and Hamilton. Really do think it's going to be like that. Changed ring, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Enjoy the race, yeah, 100%, yeah. It's going to be a good race. Really excited about it. Should I final fix Leclerc to Russell? Nah, Maslam. I think we've agreed. Probably not. It's not. Say you got the qualifying points 100%, because 10 points would mean a lot. But I could easily see Leclerc getting 15 points from positions gained and overtakes, and Russell getting 15 points in the race just for finishing third, but then losing a few points. So they're going to be on equal points. Really could see it. With rain, will Magnussen crash with someone? Even without rain, he's going to do it. The only issue is, and that's why I do think, and I don't know why it's not in F1 Fantasy, how there's not a penalty system, like a negative points for getting penalties. I really do think you should get -5 points. Sorry, I've hit someone in the foot. You should get -5 points for every penalty you get, because people like Magnussen, I remember I got really cheesed off of it in the Chinese Grand Prix. He crashed out Sonoda. Sonoda got a -20. Magnussen carried on and was one of the highest scoring people, even though he got a penalty from that. And you should get -5 for penalties. But yeah, that's just how the points works. Do you get on board? Do you get on board on drivers or team robots? That must be fun. Sadly not. I've just got the Now TV Sky one. Because I think you get that stuff when you actually get it through Sky or the F1 TV Pass thing. I can't remember exactly what it is. There's different like subscriptions for every country, isn't it? I took another red arrow after Red Bull and double Haas in Monaco. I have Leclerc. You know what, racing? You can't be that. It can't go wrong twice. It can't. It physically can't. Yeah, Magnussen. Yeah. Magnussen would not care at all. It is definitely very much a Magnussen thing to do, to just crash everyone out. But I still respect him as a driver. As a driver, he's still good. It's just he does like going for those gaps. Is it worth bringing in Norris instead of Leclerc? I would say no, because I really do think that it's 50-50 now on if Norris could get driver of the day, but I also think Leclerc could get fastest lap, and then overall they kind of counteract each other, because I can't see Norris getting any more than second, so he'd potentially get more points, but I don't think it's enough points to be using your final fix on. Just got here, what are the main points? So the main points there are it's a 50-50 on agreeing if Norris will get driver of the day. Very much people think it will either be Norris or Piastri. Not many people think it's going to be Russell. Most of us agree that Verstappen's probably, if nothing crazy happens. Oh, there we go. There's the rain. There's the rain, everyone. It's drizzling. For anyone who's just got here as well, it is definitely raining. Okay, so potentially we could get the rain starting before the race. Now that makes it a little bit interesting. But yeah, we all agreed pretty much that final fix wasn't worth it because you don't keep the qualifying points. So we all think it's going to be similar points-wise in the race for Russell and Leclerc, and even Leclerc and Norris. I'm calling the podium Verstappen, Piastri, Hamilton. Mark my words. Oh, Milky, that is big ball plays. Where do you think Norris is going to go then? Do you think Norris could crash out? Could easily happen. Yeah. Oh my God, of course. And even of that as well. Russell's going to be leading the race. And they're going to be doing like, imagine. So you know how Leclerc got that whole like standing ovation sort of thing from the commentators. Imagine Russell getting that this weekend. He'd crash halfway through. But yeah, took a punt. Leclerc, Hamilton, Alonso, Yuki, Bottas, Ferrari, Aston. Needed to listen to you for McLaren. Would have been golden. Now I need to pray for chaos at the start and front. Honestly, Desex, you're in the exact same position as all of us then. We are all praying that happens. But yeah, since it's raining, would it be easier for Russell to finish second? 100%. Now this brings into a bit more play. Let me put this as a poll. I'll put with it's raining, will Russell get driver of the day? Yes or no? Because I think this does boost his odds quite a bit, because I do still think it will be hard for him to keep Verstappen at bay, but apart from that, we all know the McLaren's not got a good straight line speed, so I really do think he could hold up the McLaren's quite a lot, especially in rainy conditions. Let's hope it starts wet then dries. Yeah, so Michael, I was literally saying I was either hoping it starts dry, then goes on to wet, so we had different strategies, and I'll take this as well. Starts wet, then slowly gets drier. I'd love for it to go really wet, really dry, then intermediates. I want it to be chaos. Yeah, you're right. Bringing in Russell when he has. Oh yeah, I've talked about that. Why Perez suddenly is not qualifying last couple of races? Is the car? It's Russell, mate. We saw. Sorry, not Russell. It's Perez. It's mainly is really. We saw the same downfall last season at the same time with him, and to be fair, I do say it is raining. It's not bad. Like, I'm looking at, like, obviously Lando giving his interview right now. I think it's very hard to see with like the human eye until we see the actual track if it's wet weather time yet, because light rain like this, I think they could get away with dries. And oh my God, wouldn't it be insane? This might be even better, everyone. If it stays like light rain like this, we might be seeing people starting on different compounds completely. Some people on intermediates, some people on softs. Oh my god, that would make for an insane race. Remember Hungary, where Hamilton was the only one who stayed on the intermediates? Everyone went into softs. It could get really juicy right now. I'm really hoping it stays light drizzle and we see some changes. But if it was dry, I think Norris would have won. Not going to happen though. Yeah. So no final fix. Russell instead of Leclerc. I was thinking about it all night. Yeah. Same here, Trevor. And I think we all agreed. That Russell, if he doesn't get driver of the day, which I think most people agree, yeah, even with it raining, most not. If Russell doesn't get driver of the day, then Leclerc will most likely get similar points anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, mad! Wait, you're actually at the race. Yeah, I was gonna say because we're seeing light drizzle, but we can't really tell if that's enough for intermediates yet. Where do we think Ricciardo will finish? Yeah, go on, let's do that poll as well. Where will Ricciardo finish? I think so. I'll put top 5, top 8, top 10, and then below top 10. For me, I think he'll get top 10, but I don't think he'll be in the top 8. So I would vote for top 10. But yeah, but huge. We might get some inside weather reports. I'm considering using a free hit from Hamilton to Russell, hoping Hamilton and others get slowed down by Ricciardo whilst Leclerc does some overtakes to catch up. Is where you just got to be careful, because I really do think that Russell's not getting driver of the day, and then is it worth final fixing over to a driver if they're only getting like 3-4 more points, 3 to 5 more points? For me, no, but like obviously it's up to you. And it's not the if I saw that, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, you've thrown, what are you doing? It's not the worst case. But then imagine it will be like Portimao a few years ago with Kimi's first lap. But yeah, oh my god, that was insane, wasn't it? We could genuinely have something like that. Oh yeah, I didn't even put top not in top 10. I will count as well as a DNF. But this is going to be a great race. I'm going to be so disappointed if we get like light drizzle the whole time and the rain's just like edging us, like, will I come? Will I not come? And then we just get the most mundane, boring race with Ricciardo having like a train behind everyone. No one can overtake. Russell's then got a train. Oh, I'd be the most... I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Daniel Ricciardo DNF. Oh, okay. You know what? He does like DNFing recently. What if the Ferraris crash into each other? If the Ferraris crash into each other, yeah. If the Ferraris crash into someone, who wants my channel? Because I can no longer show my face again. That will be horrendous. Hi Zach, just joined. What did I miss? So, light rain at the track at the minute. Not heavy, so we don't really know if it's intermediates or softs at the minute. However, we do know there's going to be rain in the race. We've all agreed final fix, probably not the best situation because you don't get the qualifying points. And we think Leclerc's overtake points will help boost enough of the points to make it where it's not worth doing final fix. And then what else did we talk about? I can't remember. What else did we talk about? I think they're the main talking points, to be fair. Who will crash first, Joe or Sargent? Hey, my boy Sargent never crashes. I don't know. Every time he crashes, it's not his fault. There's the it was the wind. You know, he had a gust of wind. Famously, Nico Rosberg had a similar thing. You know, or you know, it's just bias where it's just because he was so good that the racing gods they made him turn into the corner and miss the apex and crash out. So it's never Sargent's fault. But no, I'm really scared Joe, in all seriousness, will crash out because I know I've got him in my team. But hey, if he starts from the pit lane, that's very good because then he can't get into some first lap drama, which I already know. Mark my words, there's gonna be a crash. There's gonna be a crash, someone spinning around at least going in to one of the first corners, and it will either be Russell, Verstappen, or one of the Ferraris. Mark my words, one of them's going round. Sargent win is coming if he survives turn 2, 100%. Everyone's going to crash into each other. Sargent, he's going to just go zoom. in like full American like patriotic mode, just like have his like cinematic scene, and then he's gonna win. Should I free hit from Leclerc to Russell? No, I wouldn't recommend that, Logan. They're gonna get very similar points, and you don't get their qualifying points, so probably not. Red Bull Perez. Here's 2-year contract. We have faith in you. Honestly, so I'm in such two minds about the whole Perez situation, because, and like on an actual like non-biased way, I think I'm like, wow, this is the most idiotic move. They literally have Tsunoda. They have Sainz could have come in it. They could have had Sainz. They could have had Tsunoda. They could have had so many other people. And Perez, I've never been a fan of him. He is wank. And yes, the track is quite slippery. But what are they going out on? Hang on, everyone. What are they going out on? They're going out on inters, everyone. They're on inters. Yeah. Okay. No, they're going on wets. They're on wets. Okay. Never mind. Lando's on wets and Piastri's on intermediates. Oh my god. Okay. We could be seeing alternate vibes here. Intermediates and wets. Yeah, we're definitely getting a wet start. That's what we know for certain. But yeah, no. So back to the Perez thing. Yeah, but on a biased way, I'm so happy because Red Bull have just thrown the Constructors' Championship away. They really have. I know Ferrari have screwed up this weekend, but if McLaren and Ferrari just do their thing, they will overtake. I know I put on the Discord and I know I put on the Twitter that I'd go for Russell if it was raining, but I've put my heart into not doing it now, so I think I'm just going to stick with it. Yeah, I know Perez brings the money, but they're going to lose more money by not coming first in the Constructors' Championship. And like it's more of a thing also where, come on, Red Bull surely want to strive for Constructors. I know Constructors isn't as heard of as much as the obviously Drivers' Championship. Last show, home race, major liability. Home race. I don't know why I said home race. Who should get more points, Piastri or Leclerc? My mind's Piastri, but it's going to be close because he's going to get Piastri. Right, here's what I think is going to happen. Verstappen's going to win. He's going to get good points. Norris will come second, get driver of the day. He'll get good points. Russell, Piastri, Hamilton, and Leclerc and Sainz will all come around that like 4th to 8th position. All get similar points because of losing overtakes, losing positions, overtakes done, all of that good stuff. That's what I think. Mercedes is... Mercedes probably going to get Antonelli. Tis about to go crazy. Best of luck. Yeah, everyone best of luck. So with the rain, it's pushed it a little more into thinking it wouldn't be terrible to have Russell as a final fix. But I think we did a poll before and we all said we still didn't think Russell would get driver of the day with the rain. So let's see what happens. I mean, it is starting to rain quite a bit. I really hope they don't postpone this race. It doesn't. Yo, never mind, everyone. Oh my god, people are going back in the pits. I think some people are going to put on intermediates. So this is what I think's happened. So the track is wet because no one's been on it, but they're all going to start forming racing lines where the intermediates should do better. Now, I think that's what's happening, or maybe Mercedes are just doing it. What? I thought Mercedes were changing their tyres. He's just gone through the pits. Fair play to the guy. Oh, ooh. Yeah, hang on. We're looking on the TV right now. We're having a look at, I think it was Piastri on the intermediates. He's struggling out there, but I think the racing line will come to him eventually. Because look how dry that racing line is. If anyone's watching the stream as well, you can see Piastri struggling, but when you keep it on the racing line, they're making a real dry line. So it could be interesting to see. 100% could be interesting to see. Because Oscar's going to struggle at the start. He needs to just keep his position. But then he'll be all over them, I think, going into like the next few laps. But yeah, anyway, let's see who we think's going to win. I can only put a few people who... I can only put up to 4 people. But let's say out of these drivers, who you think's going to win? So you got Verstappen. Oh, You got Verstappen. You got Russell. I'll just do the top 4. Who in the top 4 do you think you're going to win? Norris and Piastri. What we saying? And if you don't think anyone's going to win, that's chill. Is Ocon getting the positions gain points from Bottas and Joe in the pit lane? To be fair, Zuera, I don't actually know how that would work. I will because you can look at the live scoring, I'm pretty sure, for free on F1 Fantasy. Keep an eye on it and see what they say. For now, they haven't changed it. I think it's just because the race hasn't started. But potentially it could happen. I'm trying to remember if anyone got the positions gained for Monaco, and I don't think they did, though. Okay, so let's see. Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Leclerc are my top 5. Oh, first cut putting Leclerc in the top 5. I like it. I like it. Best of luck. Yeah, first cut. Best of luck to you, man. Hopefully it goes well. Jolyon Palmer thinks George and Max will collide. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, George and Verstappen will collide, or both Ferraris will crash into something. It's one or the other. And whatever happens, oh my god, imagine the scenes if none of us final fixed and Russell spins around final corner and he's dead last. Aston and Red Bull with Winters. Aston and Red Bull with Inters. Yeah, go for it, Ricky. Have fun, man. Get those pints in for me. Turbo will be hard. Yeah, I know. So it really is. But, like, do you see what I mean? Right, so I don't know when they've taken this video, because that looks quite late. Is that live with Ricardo? Because if that's not live with Ricardo, surely. That looks way too dry. But what we all saying? So Verstappen 59%, Piastri 15%, Norris 15%, and then Russell 11%. So yeah, we all don't think Russell's going to be doing it. Oh god. But yeah. Lap 1 could be mad. First time using fantasy tools. That is Rez. Sorry, Jay. Slightly confused. What are you trying to say? If you're saying the fantasy tool, so the live scoring shows the results. Yeah, if that's what you mean. But obviously it's like estimated results, so they've got like their own system, and it's normally pretty accurate. What is RES? Oh, okay, yeah. What do you think about Alonso and Stroll? I think they're going to just be at the bottom of the top 10. We'll be fine. But yet, a lot of people... it's really going to be crazy. Because Inters are going to be... like we said, Inters, bad start. However, in a lap or two, they'll be all over the wet tyres. Track is full of puddles. And that's the issue as well. If you're on the Inters, you can't screw up. If you go wide, we saw Piastri already going wide... Yeah, you're going straight into the barrier. But Mercedes are going for the wets. Oh, man. I'm so hyped for this, man. I am so hyped. I'm so hyped. Oh, thank you, Yannick. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yellow cam is Perez. Am I right? For the cam. There's going to be a massacre seeing this track live. Bro, I'm actually so jealous of anyone who's getting to see this race live. We are about to see something so insane. Because look, how do we... so Bomba, basically, I think a lot of us are looking at streams. So right now, we've got a lovely Mercedes coming past. I don't know which Mercedes it is, but they are on wets. Who is it? What number is that? How the hell could I... Oh, no, hang on. But everyone keeps on driving in. The more drive... Oh, hang on. Logan's already gone off the track, I think. Yeah, biblical. And he's on the wets. He's not even on the Inters. Oh, here we go. That's my goat. That's my goat. Now that is how you dive bomb. Oh, God. Sergeant's crashing out, man. Oh, too funny. Oh, the T-cam. Right, yeah. I think so. Ooh, a bit of a wobble again. That Williams does not look nice. But look, I mean, everyone who can see the stream, and I will describe it as well for anyone who's not watching the F1 right now because they can't see it, or they're watching it on something else than Now TV. I don't think I can talk about the something else, but they'll be a few minutes behind. You'll notice it's not raining that much though. That's the thing. It's like light drizzle and we're getting a racing line. I really do think that some drivers could risk it and go for like softs in a few laps because the racing line's coming. It's coming. Yeah, that didn't come out right. Maybe not a few laps, but after 10 laps. Sarge, please, man, don't. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. So and also on the race start, overtaking wise, yeah, where are you going and how are you? Do you remember Hungary last year? No, not last year. In 2021, Jesus, last year. Well, Ocon won, but Bottas just bulldozed everyone. He bulldozed both Red Bulls. He took out Norris as well. I think that's going to happen here. Someone's going to lock up, potentially a Sargent, and just crash everyone. But don't forget the Maestro Stroll will take out 2 drivers down in these conditions. Hey, Oro Deep, why are you being so kind to him? It's minimum 5 drivers at this point. It'll be Sargent taking out half the grid, Stroll doing the other, and Bottas and Zhou coming first and second because no one else is alive. That's what's going to happen, man. All of their cars will just be like on the other side. It literally 100%. If starting on Inters, then this could be a one-stop race. See, that's the thing. I don't think it'll be a one-stop race purely because the conditions are going to change. It's either going to stay not that bad weather-wise, and it's going to start being a bit more dry. But there's still going to be rain coming down as well. So I know for a fact it's not going to be a one-stop. It's not going to be anything to do with tyre deck. 100% it's going to be to do with the rain. I do think there's going to be all tyre compounds being used in this race. Oh, yeah, my bad. So a third of the grid, Sargent. Third of the grid, Magnussen. Third of the grid, Stroll. I nailed the team 3 times McLaren. Yeah, I should have gone for that as well. You did nail that. Plus Mercedes, Snowda, Bottas. Super happy third in your league, but with this rain, it's up to anyone. Yeah, but well done, my dude. Well done. Congrats to you. You've got to wait. Third in my league. You've got to be like top 50, 60 in the world, Austin. They better not start on the safety car. Oh, I swear to God, if they do, that is a disgrace. That is barely any rain at all. Come on. K-Mag doesn't... One crazy prediction... Yeah, come on, Dizex. You're coming out with all the crazy stuff today. Magnussen, no penalty. Unheard of. But yeah, option 1, Russell smashed into the car last 2 times he drove here. Yep, nice. Yeah, third year in a row with Merc. We'll see what happens in it. The final fix would be based on which team you trust the most to get the right strategy, right? Yeah, basically. Because if you final fix Leclerc, you're hoping Ferrari doing good, start on the right tyre, and then they get through everyone. Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff, Austin, man. Good bloody stuff. Force on final fixing Leclerc to Piastri. Now, that's a bit more interesting, but I'm still very much firm that Norris is going to get driver of the day. So Piastri probably won't. And then Leclerc has a better chance of getting fastest lap. So I think you should stick with the Ferrari of Leclerc's. Final fixing Russell for Sargent made a win. I've never heard someone come out with such, full brain capacity. That's literally... Right, let's do it right now, everyone. Let's do it right now. Actually, I'm not even gonna joke about it on my full team. But yeah, everyone, it has to happen, man. It has to happen. Where's the GOAT? Where's the GOAT? Honestly, I should put £100 on Sargent to win because it's just so obvious. Oh, my bad. He's already in the team. See, the GOAT's already in the team. I can't even do it. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Oh, God. Oh, for anyone who wanted to know as well, that does show as well. If you do final fix and don't actually do anything, you don't actually use it. So that's good to know for anyway. I don't have the money. If I had the money, I would. Ah, fair enough, Yannick. Yeah. Yeah, no, Pete. Yeah. So basically, yeah. Any chip, because it's one of those things that a lot of people don't know. If you don't make any changes, you can apply the chip, revert back, and it will be fine. yeah, good luck, Milky. Good to see you in the chat as well. I'm probably going to end it now as well because I'm going to have dinner and then I'm going to watch the race because it's in 25 minutes. Damn. But yeah, why do you think Ferrari's going to be quick enough for fastest lap? They've been so slow. Basically, it's because they're going to be in the Mercedes area. So you know how Mercedes have got fastest lap in the last 2 races? It's because they've got such a gap to the other teams where they can do a free pit stop. And even if you're like not as fast as Red Bulls, like Mercedes have shown in the last race, or the McLarens or Ferraris, they still get fastest lap because of that. But anyway, yes. But anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Yep. Main point, final fix Sargent in. He's got to win 2 times him. But no, in seriousness, yeah, so I think we've agreed final fix probably not going to happen. Driver of the day is probably going to go to Norris. Piastri close second with Russell. Could be happening. Ferrari's probably the best chance for fastest lap if we do get a time where it's not raining too bad. It's still only drizzling on the track, so I think it's going to be a very interesting start. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go watch the race, have dinner. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll get another video out, hopefully, tomorrow or the day after. But anyway, yes. Good luck, everyone. And I'll see you all later for another video. Bye-bye. That's if I can find where to end the stream. Oh, yes. Covering there. Yeah. Final fix it to Norris could be a good shout as well. If you have the money. But a lot of people who have Leclerc probably wouldn't have the money to final fix to Norris. But yeah, anyway. Thank you all so much for watching.